If this body is given to me, I can't claim ownership. I can only claim a relationship. What I relate to, I need not be the owner of. To start with, my own physical body, I am only a managing trustee, as we saw, because I am intimately related. No one else in the world as intimately related as I am. Therefore, I am in a position to take care of this body, a position which is not given to anybody, as it is given to me. Therefore, I said, I can only be a managing trustee of this body, and I can extend this logic, the same reasoning, to everything else. If I don't own the body, how am I going to own anything else? Therefore, I cannot say, I am the owner of this house, I am the owner of this car. This ownership is only a title. But I am talking of the sense of ownership. You have a title, a legal title. That is called ownership. I own this, I can sell this. That is a right given to you legally. It can be taken away by the government. It's given to you. But really speaking, ownership is a sense. So when I say I have no ownership to my body, how can I claim ownership to anything else? Even this so-called intellectual property is again a legal right given to you. One cannot claim total ownership to anything one has invented, one has discovered, in as much as the contributors to this invention or to a given discovery are too many. Further, my own faculty that is employed in inventing something, discovering something, is also given. Like the body is given, the buddhi also is given. Buddhi means intellect. the faculty of exploration, the faculty that is employed to inquire and discover, is given. You have no ownership. It's just given. That I am sane is not given to me. There is every reason to be insane. To remain sane is a good luck. One is fortunate to be sane. To be crazy is natural. Therefore, what I say, that I can explore and think is a fact, is a faculty, is a given fact. And the faculty is given. And there are facts for me to discover also given. So what is not given? And therefore, extending the same logic, reasoning, that I am a managing trustee to my own body, I can say that I cannot claim ownership. It really gives you a freedom. That is why in our culture, Tyaga is highlighted. Tyaga is giving up. So I give up what I really misappropriate. I don't really give up anything. Unless I own, I cannot give up. I can give up my possession. Certain things I happen to possess, I can give up that possession. That is okay. But when I have no ownership, Tyaga is freedom from the sense of ownership, basically. That means it is purely pragmatism, objectively understanding what is. The more I come to know what is, the more I become sane, the more I become dispassionate. Therefore, the famous song, the prayer song, Jaya Jagadisha Hare, Swami Jaya Jagadisha Hare, it is a famous prayer song which has some beautiful lines. At the end we say, the song says, Tan man dhan sab kuch tera hai. My body, tanu, man, manaha, dhanam, it's all Sanskrit. So, tanu, man, dhan, tanuhu, manaha, dhanam. All this, my body, my mind, my wealth, all belong to you, tera hai. Why do you say so? Because these I thought are mine. I am giving back to you what belongs to you. Oh, what a great giving. So, tan man dhan sab kuch tera hai. What is tera? What belongs to you, I am offering to you. So this contains a very significant fact that we need to offer what doesn't belong to us. Because of sense of ownership. Therefore, the tyaga really means freedom from this sense of ownership. And the sense of ownership makes you small. Freedom from that sense of ownership, I won't say makes you big, makes you free from being small. What makes you big, we will see later. It makes you free from being small. You figure out what it would amount to. A fellow says, I am the owner of this flat. The flat is in the 5th floor. I wanted to find out what is he the owner of. The flat is in the 5th floor. I asked him, do you own the entire floor? No. How can you own a floor when you don't own the land? You can't own a floor of a building, but you can own in this country now. In all other countries also. You can own a floor. You can own a flat in a floor without owning the land. Amazing it is. Land I don't own. That is a super entity called society which owns. Then the ground floor I don't own. The 2nd floor I don't own. 3rd floor I don't own. 4th floor I don't own. 5th floor also I don't own. In the 5th floor, this flat, correct? This particular flat I own. One says, I own. This person says, I own this flat, Swamiji. I ask this fellow, do you own the floor of the flat? Yes, Swamiji. But is it not the ceiling of the fellow who is down below? Yes, Swamiji. What is it that you own? Do you own the ceiling? Yes, Swamiji. But is it not the floor of the fellow who is above you? Yes, Swamiji. Then what is it that you own? The left wall? No, it's the right wall of the other fellow. Right wall is the left wall of the other fellow. What is it you own? Really, this is the truth. Better we understand this truth. You don't own anything. This flat is a great revealing fact. Nobody owns anything. In the building, nobody owns. And everybody feels I am the owner of this. That is the Maya. That's a miracle. It's purely notional. You've got a right to sell, to rent. That's what it is. And therefore, this freedom from owning this flat makes me free from being small. I am the owner of this flat. Means I am not the owner of the flats on the floor. I am not the owner of the floors of the building. I am not the owner of the buildings in the street. I am not the owner of the streets in the city. I am not the owner of the cities in the country. I am not the owner of the countries in the continent. I am not the owner of the continents on this planet. I am not the owner of the planets in the system. I am not the owner of the systems in the galaxy. What is it that I am the owner? Better to be free from it. Already you are free anyway. And therefore, I just claim what is truth. And that gives me a tremendous freedom from being small. And this is true with reference to everything else I consider I am the owner of. The more you are free, relating to anything, the more you can enjoy whatever you are given to have intimately related. Maybe a child, spouse, and further everything. And therefore one can really enjoy objectively. When one is free from this notion of ownership. Therefore, all the way looking at what is, I see myself in a situation where I discover a freedom from understanding what is. Still, I can have a sense of limitation because I don't seem to have anything more than what I happen to intimately possess. I intimately possess a body. I intimately possess a mind and a set of senses. Beyond this, who am I? So what I thought I am, that is gone. The body, mind, sense complex I thought I was, I find it is given to me. Who is this me? Still a big question mark. This me is still a mystery. In our spiritual culture, that is the bread and butter. The fact about this self make this culture stand out. It is that fact that flows into the various forms that we come across in the culture. We have a lot of notions about the self. Someone takes the self is as good as the body, mind, sense complex. Someone takes that the self is little more than the body, mind, sense complex, but it is also limited. As limited as the body, mind, sense complex. It is all in our culture. While we respect all this, there is something that stands out, something that one has got to know. stands out something different. All religions have a concept of the self. All of them look upon the self as a surviving being. They have a name for that self, S-O-U-L, soul. The soul survives death. And the soul is to be saved. That concept is there. That means the soul survives death, it is an individual, it's limited, and it needs to be saved also from going to some places which are not acceptable, which are not desirable. And therefore, this self is looked upon as one condemned. That has to be saved. And therefore, that concept always flows into the culture. In the various forms you can see that. In the spiritual culture of this country, we have this vision of the self that it doesn't need to be saved. The concept that it has got to be saved from a conclusion that it is condemned. So that it is condemned is a conclusion. That conclusion is examined. And even without that conclusion, each individual has a conclusion. That I am an individual. As good as the body, mind, sense complex, whether one accepts survival of death for the soul, that the self is individualized, is limited, is accepted, and therefore that conclusion is examined, and then the culture has it that it is free from any such saving situation, to be saved situation. It is already saved. And therefore, if at all one has to be saved, one has to be saved from a conclusion that one has to be saved. It's funny. Really, our problem is funny. The solution also sounds funny. The saved is to be saved. We will look into this when we come back next.